Ryan Murphy and Hunter Armstrong will be representing the United States in the men's 100 back in the Olympics this summer in Paris. These two have been America's go-to backstrokers for the past few years now. They both swam the event in Tokyo after Armstrong burst onto the scene for the first time, as well as both swimmers competing in 2022 and 2023 Worlds. Armstrong is sometimes known by his nickname of Magic Man due to his ability with card tricks, and Armstrong has shown that his magical talents extend to the pool as well. Because honestly, I'm still not sure how Armstrong even made it into this final. Let's take a look at Armstrong's semifinal swim, and why is he so far behind? Armstrong was way behind the field off of the start, and as he began swimming over the water, he made up some ground, but not enough to avoid flipping at the half in dead last. After a strong turn and underwater, Armstrong started to catch the field, but he was still way back. During the rest of the second 50, Armstrong continued to make the gap between him and the other swimmers disappear as he powered through and touched the wall second in his semifinal. That was enough for 4th out of semifinals overall, allowing Armstrong to race in the final and earn that Olympic spot. But what on earth happened? He mentioned after the race that a camera on the blocks was in the way of where he normally puts his hands, and you can kind of see how close he is to the camera in this shot. This could have affected his start, or the wedge could have malfunctioned. We saw numerous issues with backstroke wedges during the 2019 World Championships, so it's not unheard of. Armstrong does manage to get his underwater phase going after entering to generate some of his lost speed, and from there, Armstrong just had to make up the ground, slowly but surely moving from dead last and into second to earn that final swim. And Armstrong's magic in the pool wouldn't run out after the semis, because in the final, he had one last trick up his sleeve. Armstrong managed to hold off a charging Jack Aikens by a mere 2/100ths and earned himself his second Olympic bid. Murphy won these trials with a decisive 52-22 to touch exactly half a second ahead of Armstrong. That is actually the fastest Murphy has ever been at an Olympic trials, which bodes well for the now 3-time Olympian. That time also elevates Murphy to the second fastest man in the world this year, sitting behind only China's Zhu Jiayu. Armstrong, meanwhile, sits at number 5 in the world with his gold medal winning time from the 2024 Doha World Championships. In addition to being two of the fastest swimmers in the 100 back this year, Murphy and Armstrong are also two of the fastest performers ever in this event, ranking at 3rd and 7th respectively in the all-time rankings. I am still thoroughly impressed by Armstrong rallying after a slip on the start like that. It would have been really easy to let that ruin your race, but that's not what Armstrong did. He knew what he had to do to get the job done, and he executed it. It doesn't have the same flair as a world or American record, but that semifinal swim is one of my favorite swims in the meet so far. What are some of your most underrated swims through the first 3 days of trials? Let me know down below.
How did he do that?
I know, Rowdy, that's what I'm saying.